Welcome back to The Division 2. In this video, I'm going to be explaining what exactly happens when you reach level 40, and there's not going to be any spoilers or anything in the video, but there are two ways you can hit level 40. Like, essentially there's just one way, but you can hit level 40 before you finish the Kina campaign, or if you haven't done much else, you're literally just running the missions, I believe you're not going to hit 40, but make sure you complete the campaign, because if you hit 40 before completing the campaign, you'll just sit at max level and nothing will change. But when you reach level 40 and you complete the Kina campaign, everything in the game opens up. For a start, we now have shade levels, so you'll be max level and then essentially your leveling is going to start all over again. You can see that I'm shade level 2. You get these different stats that you can apply and they're small percentage increases, but eventually once you've got a lot of these shade levels, you're going to have much better default like stats. So on offensive, if we open the branch and we select the weapon damage, it goes up by 0.2% each time. And the max value, if you put 50 points into this, you will get an extra 10% weapon damage. Then going over to defensive, with your armor, it's exactly the same. You can get an extra 10% armor. And then in the bottom left, you've got utility. Then there are two more that you can open up. So that is the infinite level system. You have to be level 40 and complete the Kina campaign. You will get access to your crafting bench again. You can use it in New York, but it says you have to start projects. You can't actually craft the weapons whilst you're in New York. So once you've completed the campaign, if you come back to DC or stay in New York, you will then have the ability to craft again. With that, you also have the ability to get actual god rolls, because you can get the god rolls beforehand at like level 32, 36, whenever you are lucky enough to get them to drop, but they don't always have the max stats available. So when you're, I believe it's level 36, you could get a god roll armor piece, let's say a chest piece with armor on it. It will be like 83,900 or something. But when you're level 40, the god roll is actually 170k. So make sure you're getting to level 40, because you'll have the best stuff available when you reach this level. You'll unlock seasons, even though that doesn't release until the 10th. You will now have access to global difficulty and directive settings. Directive settings basically adding modifiers to the missions, making them tougher. You can stack all 5 of them, because there are 5 if you want to. Each one will award you 25% extra XP, so with all 5 you're getting 125% extra, which will help with the shade levels, but it makes it tougher. With the global difficulty, which also unlocks, you are able to set the open world to whichever difficulty you want to, up to heroic. And you will also unlock legendary difficulty, and trust me when I say this, you are not ready for legendary. You need to have an incredibly optimized build in order to even think of taking them missions down. And currently the only legendary missions available are actually Strongholds, District Union Arena, I believe Roosevelt Island and Capitol Building. So far that's all there really is to it. You basically open up the game again. You complete the campaign, you reach level 40, you then have access to both New York and DC. You can run all the missions you have before, you can see the targeted loot pop up. And then it's time to get your grind on, to get those builds together. And then when Seasons releases, we've got all that new content to come. So once we are level 40, we're back in DC, we now have a reason to play, even if it's not for loot. Just getting those shade levels to make ourselves even stronger. And I'm going to be uploading a review of the Kina campaign and the Warlords expansion. But to put it in a nutshell, it was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And on that note, that is pretty much everything there is to reaching level 40. You just open up the world, there's new stuff coming into it, and then it's just a wait for seasons to come in and farming to get those builds together. So that's going to do it for the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.